What's going on, guys? New video today. I know this is a little different from what I usually do, something completely not music related at all. But I want to talk about something. It came up on my feed a couple of days ago. I was just scrolling through like Twitter, I think, and I saw a article that talked about like restaurant myths that people still believe, and I wanted to talk about those and a little something. So a little backstory as to why I'm talking about these and why I feel like I'm qualified to talk about these is I've worked in the food service industry, I guess you could say, for basically ever since I've been able to work. I started 16 years old. I was washing dishes. Then I was a buzzer. If you don't know what a buzzer is, it's basically just the guy that cleans the table and will sometimes bring the food over if your server is too busy. I was a server for a little bit, and then I actually went back to work in the kitchen. Started out as a dishwasher, became a prep cook, then became the lead prep cook, and then a line cook. I'm currently working as a line cook. Now, I had taken a break from the kitchen for about a year, but right now I'm actually working back in the kitchen, which is why I find it really interesting, and I really wanted to talk about these kinds of things. So now I want to give you guys a little backstory about myself. I feel like we're a little closer. So let's talk about these, shall we? Now, these are this isn't just that one article that I read, because I feel like there was a couple more. So I went out to see. I got the actually article pulled up right here, and a different article that I saw that I kind of found looking through this one. But some of these things are just so interesting, things that I hadn't, like, even I personally hadn't heard of, like this one. Uh, don't order fish on a Monday. I'd never heard about that one. I don't know why that would be a myth. So supposedly, what people believe, what this article says, is that because it's a Monday and whatnot, people believe that you're getting sold last week's food or stuff like that, especially for fish. Um, you know, I never heard about that. I worked for a restaurant that was like solely seafood, and they sold everything. They needed to make, like, to order more stuff like twice a week. And that's for most restaurants, actually. They order food like twice a week, actually, because they run through a lot, especially if they're a really, really busy restaurant. At least for the ones I've worked for, anyway. And stuff doesn't last normally more than a week, and if it does, you're supposed to throw it away. So don't order the fish whenever you want. If you guys eat fish or whatnot, just order the fish. All right. This one's interesting. Rare steak is unsafe to eat. I feel like, it's not unsafe, but I want to say it's good for your heart. um, Personally, I eat like a medium or a medium rare steak myself. If I eat steak, actually, I haven't had a steak in the longest time. Because flavor and stuff like that. You get the meat and you get the juices and everything still in there. So, but I don't. It's not unsafe to eat unless you have cholesterol problems. Then it probably is unsafe to eat. Aside from that, you should be fine. Let's look at another good one here. Okay, so this is one to this day that I don't know if people still believe. Now, if you believe this one, I don't know why you still go out to eat if you do. That the wait staff will spit on your food if you are rude. Now, if you believe the waiters are actually out there spitting on your food or doing something to your food if you're rude, one, you shouldn't be rude to them, first of all, because wait staff have enough to deal with as it is already. So you shouldn't be rude to them, first of all. And if you're rude to the waiters, you're just you just a dick. You know what I mean? There's no point to be rude to a waiter. You know, they're there. It's their job. I get it, but don't be rude. All right? If you believe someone's gonna spit on your food if you're rude, you shouldn't be rude. One, and two, you probably shouldn't go out to eat. I have worked in quite a few restaurants in my lifetime, and I have never, ever heard of a waiter or anyone, even the cook, spit or do anything to anyone's food because they were rude. I feel like a lot of us live by the rule, do what you would like to be done to you. And because a lot of us like do go out to eat, you know, it's like I wouldn't want someone to spit in my food. So why would I spit on someone else's? You know? Like 90% of the time, if you're being a dick, they're just gonna go back into the kitchen or into the service room or whatever and just talk bad about you. Like, oh, this lady at table 5 is yelling at me because she wanted her steak well done and she got it a little undercooked. I don't know, like it happens. It just, don't be rude. All right, we won't do anything to your food or anything like that. Just don't be a dick. That's about it. That's all I had to say about that one. Here's another one that I found like pretty interesting. This one says the bulk of restaurant employees are illegal immigrants. I don't. How does that rumor come up? I mean. Okay, I will admit that a lot of the restaurants I've worked for will have several, but not the majority of them will be illegal. They'll have one or two maybe that they know of. Sometimes they won't even know, to be honest with you. But they'll have like one or two people that are working there illegally. But it does not mean that the big bulk of restaurant employees are illegal immigrants. Yes, is it in the easiest kind of job to get if you are an illegal immigrant? Yeah, so I didn't realize that the camera stopped recording like halfway through the last one. That's interesting. So, just gonna read this one more. I was just talking to myself for like a good 5 minutes, maybe, probably, about realizing that the camera had stopped recording. So that's nice. Anyway, this very last one is for, you know, my fellow people who work in the kitchen and chefs and cooks of the sort. So there's apparently a myth that says that people believe only executive chefs are actually chefs. Now, this is obviously a myth because you got more than one chef anyway in the kitchen. There are a lot of people who have, you know, who study and really have earned their position and their name and their rank as chef. I don't believe like a lot of people who cook should be called chef. There was a kitchen who actually. All right, so that will be all for today. If you guys remember to let me know by leaving a like and subscribing if you are new. Comment down below, you know, if you guys have any other interesting things that have happened to you, or if you know of any myths, or you've heard of any myths regarding restaurants and food service industries. If I get enough, if I see enough, and if you guys like it, then maybe I'll go on and read those and do a second part of my experiences, and because I'd love to hear more from you guys and your comments. So yeah, let me know. And I do have a cover song coming up later in the week, so look out for that. Remember to subscribe, like I said, if you are new. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great one.